If I had 10,000 tongues, I couldn't tell all that the Lord has done for me. So I'll keep on singing praise. Waiting for the sunshine. Waiting for the sunshine. Ooh, waiting for the sunshine. Waiting for the sunshine. Ooh, waiting for the sunshine. Waiting for the sunshine.
Welcome to the Room 412 podcast, where we talk about real life issues, but through a Christian perspective. My name is AJ Hawkins, and I'm here with my co-hosts, Kiara, John, Chris, Rissa, and Samantha.
Hey, y'all.
How you guys feeling today? How you guys doing?
Doing all right.
No.
A little tired.
I was going to say I'm a little tired.
Yep, tired.
We're gonna push through though.
Allergies kicking my butt, but I
Yeah.
don't know who's winning right now. I think it's the allergies.
I think the allergies on.
I think they winning.
Nah, I'm doing good. I had a good week going. We had a good playoff basketball going on, you know.
Yes.
A lot of parity in the NBA.
Yes.
You feel me?
Yes.
I know
Yeah,
nothing about it.
Nah, a lot of top seeds going down.
Yeah.
You got LeBron going against Curry. That's always a good thing. You feel me?
Is this a
Jimmy
sports
Butler
podcast?
going crazy.
We don't have any
Like,
input for this.
Yeah.
It's going crazy.
It's going crazy right now.
All right,
yeah.
now.
Lakers going to the finals.
All right now.
But by the time this airs, that'll all be irrelevant.
No, Lakers
No,
going to the finals.
I'll hopefully be real. Yeah,
Right
but,
now, you may be watching this, and the Lakers may have just
right.
won the.
Yeah. But yeah. So we'll just get right to the pod because I don't want to isolate the women in the room.
You ain't going to isolate me. I know what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
let's go.
I know what I'm talking about, baby.
Let them know.
Nah, but all right. So we'll just get right into the topic. I know we were sitting there trying to brainstorm about things to talk about, and John actually came up with a good topic. He was searching through something. I don't know, but
It was John. It was John and Kiara.
Oh, John and Kiara, and I know it has something to do with love, God's love, or something like that. You want to elaborate on that?
Yeah. So, I
think you should talk about God's
Was-
love language.
you know what? Let's do that.
Do that.
We're gonna do that.
Go for it, friend.
Forget what I was
Go
gonna
for
say.
it.
We're gonna do Chris' idea. So
What's wrong with this guy?
I was reading about
the spirit.
is that OJ? hey, so I was reading about love language, right? And I was thinking that an interesting perspective, love language was a book that was written by Gary Chapman, and there's five love languages: acts of service, words of affirmation, gift giving, physical touch, quality time. And I was reading about this book, and I thought it would be interesting to compare that to God's love, right? For sure. And try to figure out what God's love language is, how He shows these 5 love languages to us, and then also what is God's language that He requires for us to show to Him. So I thought that was just an interesting perspective to, and then I did some research, and it's not a new concept. Once I looked it up, got a ton of resources. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that to us today about God's love language. So the first thing I want to ask, the love language is not a new thing. So do anybody here know off the top of your head what your love language is? We may take the test and do it at a future time.
Yeah.
But has anybody just played around with it?
I took the test before.
Like how we give it?
No, like what do you know what yours is? Because like once you take the test,
I know.
it tells you what yours is.
Did I confuse you? I know me and Aunt was talking earlier, and I had asked them. I said, what do you think your love language is for giving love? And I might have thrown you off.
Yeah, you did.
And that's why he keeps asking, like,
Yeah, I just
giving. But no, because I was reading something and it was like, you know, we know our love language for receiving, how we want to be loved.
Right.
But how are you giving love is what I was asking him.
Gotcha.
So what were you're talking about how?
How do you receive it?
That's
How do you
why I
like to
receive it.
receive
How
it?
you
like-
Like, what is
receive,
your
yeah.
love language? Yeah.
Oh.
So I took the test on mine when I was just doing this.
Where does test at?
It's online. You could just go on.
Yeah,
Google.
there's
Google it.
different
It's like a
apps.
questionnaire. and
Oh,
it
I never
gives you
took it.
a,
That's why.
Yeah, me either.
thing. So I believe
not a good
mine
test taker.
was it was either quality time
I think it's quality time.
Yeah,
I think
can
it's
see that
quality
too.
time.
or acts of service. It was one of
Quality
the
time.
I
one of
think.
the two.
Sure, it's not physical touch.
Oh,
Whoa, time out.
Flag on the flag.
Flag on the
Flag.
I'm not talking about in that way. You're very
yeah, I got 5
affectionate.
kids. I think both of
I'm about
y'all.
to say that. You got 5 kids.
Both of y'all's physical time.
I'm not talking about in that way.
I got
He's
you.
very affectionate.
Yeah. So I did take the test, and I think it was one of those. I can't really remember now, but that was mine. Anybody familiar with theirs?
So who else took the test?
I'm about to say, even
Are you the only one who
What is
also
yours?
took the test?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
What is
so
it?
When I took the test, it was words of affirmation.
yeah.
Yeah. What do you think it is? What would you have said it was as my husband?
Whoa.
Oh, whoa,
acts of
whoa.
service or like quality time.
what you in school for?
What I got to do?
I'm just saying. He said it.
but to that point, that is how I show my love. Acts of service. That is why I'm in school for human services. Human service. So I like to show love by giving to others and being there for others and supporting others. That's the way I show love.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
I feel like that
I
aligns.
didn't put those two
Definitely
together.
does.
You should do too much.
She all right when she want to be.
You know what you want to be.
No, seriously, babe. What would you have thought? What did you say? I'm sorry. I think I missed it. No, I missed
Acts of
it.
service or quality time. Yeah, that's what
I think we're just too busy for quality time.
Gotta make time.
No, well,
I know,
guess-
but I'm saying
guess-
for that to be like mine.
So
I'm just
no,
like go,
okay.
go.
So when I say quality time, I mean,
know what you
like
mean.
being like,
Being present and around and just,
yeah,
I hate
present
to
even
leave.
mentally too.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah.
Like being
I
present
get
mentally
that.
too. Like it's like
Look.
Relax,
What's happening over
relax.
here? What's happening over here?
Because he hate
I'm gonna say this: the pandemic spoiled Chris because I
Yeah.
was always home. So when I had to go back to work,
Yeah.
this man was like, "So why did you have to leave again? Like
Yeah.
you could just stay home." No, I
I
can't.
gotta put my own milk in the
He was
microwave.
really upset. No, not even like
Yeah.
We're home, we're
Milk in the
chilling, like it's whatever. He don't even need me to do anything. It's
Just
just
being
me,
there.
Me being
Oh
there.
yeah. I do this all the
So-
time, y'all. I'm about to hop on a game. I just want you to sit here. I don't need you to watch me on it. Just sit here.
Yeah,
Just
that
do
The
was-
funny thing
TikTok.
is, Chris same way. I do that.
Yeah,
We'll
that's
sit
all
there
I
and
need.
watch video games.
Yep, that's all I need.
It's fine. But he got spoiled because I was really home the whole time, and when I had to leave, it was tragic. He didn't know.
I feel you,
Up
Chris.
My phone.
I feel you, Chris, because
Hey.
during the pandemic, John was working at this job, and this job required him to be away. Even throughout the pandemic until they finally figured it out. So when he was home, he was making me breakfast every morning. And if you know my husband, that's a big thing.
Yeah.
With a big breakfast.
He
Drug
made me
dealers gotta
breakfast.
be out a lot. I'm just playing.
So what I kind of wanted to do
You
is
ain't gonna let
just-
everybody else finish?
No.
No.
So what I,
Because I didn't even say anything.
I'm not right. Let them say it.
I don't know. I didn't take the
Test.
test.
what you think
She
yours
guessed. You want to guess? She guessed. I mean, she had me guess.
is? Yeah. What would you? No,
Like, you want to guess her? Because
Yeah.
we already told.
You
like,
said
they
it.
already know.
I think you said it earlier when
Yeah,
we
you
were
told me
when we were
your-
You said you
talking
think it-
earlier.
Yours is quality time.
No, you guess hers.
Guess
She
yours?
don't know. And what would she say? Like you guess hers, and what do you think? Yeah.
Giving.
I think me and you are the same.
Nah, she's
Oh,
she's
let them have
definitely
their
quality
bag.
time.
You think it's quality?
She's definitely quality time.
So what do you think it
No,
is?
jokes aside.
We are not aligned.
So what do you think? So what do you think it is? So what do you think it is? You know the 5?
Yes, mine is acts of service.
Nah, I'm not rolling. We're gonna take the test, y'all, and we're gonna get back
We're
to y'all.
gonna come
but
back. Yeah.
Acts
I
of
think
service.
that's interesting because I think yours might be. I mean, you would know better. I feel like I should know
Yeah.
Yeah.
because I'm the one that got to do it.
But
That's the thing, it's
But
like, maybe-
Key, do you
maybe
think
not.
that's
Maybe
the
I'm
way
loving
you
the wrong
show
way.
Yeah, maybe
love,
loving the
or
wrong
that's
way.
how you want to receive love?
Do we really vocalize these things though?
Because
That is-
Or is
good
it like an
question.
assumption? Like, do we vocalize
I
these things?
appreciate.
Yeah.
So I think my read them out to me again. I know it's
Acts of service, words of affirmation,
Gift
gift
giving,
giving,
physical touch, quality time,
quality time.
I'm between two.
physical touch.
physical touch.
Physical touch, obviously, because I'm affectionate in some cases. No,
Well, look at that. She just touched me. She
I know,
touched
right? Oh, yeah, there you go, right there.
not that bad. But you might be right with quality time.
I think I'm right.
I'm more like intimate. Like I like,
But she's not quality time. Like I have to be, like I said, like
yeah.
yo, just come sit in the room. I'm just gonna come sit with you. Oh, we
And-
taking a ride? I'm riding with you. Like
That's-
it's like
yeah.
that.
Like
man.
like helping
Yeah.
like is like helping doing laundry and stuff. Is like is that
No,
acts of
that
That has
service,
nothing to
right?
do with this.
Is that like acts of service?
No. You,
No?
you'll do the
Subscribe to
laundry.
Key does it
I'm
all.
in the room.
No, I'm kidding.
You want to see her do laundry?
He does it all.
That's hate, yo. That's hate.
That is
That's
crazy.
That
You're
is
right.
hate.
Though.
I think I'm right. You guys,
I'm gonna punch you in the
Yo,
face
yo,
later.
I think
So-
for me,
Wait, hold on.
what's the question?
You want
Guess the other.
Guess Chris's.
first.
Guess
So guess
Chris's,
Chris's,
yeah.
and then Chris
Well, she's
tells
not-
you
she's
if you
probably
think
She
so.
ain't got to guess. She ain't got to
So what did you think Chris's it was? Don't say
She
it
knows
yet.
what I am.
Don't
say
I'm
it.
two.
It's
Don't say
definitely it's definitely quality time and gift giving.
So do you think she's correct?
So you're a gold digger.
Oh,
So you're a gold digger.
go digger.
quality time.
You're not a gold digger, Chris. Don't say yes.
I'm a gold digger.
I'm a gold digger.
So Chris,
Nah,
what you think hers is?
Chris said, I'm
Huh?
the trophy
What you think hers
husband.
is?
Definitely
It's the acts of service where definitely.
acts of service because she's a hairstylist.
What?
But how does she? But how does she?
No, because she's a hairstylist. But when people come to her with problems, she's willing to like emerge her whole self into that person and their problem.
That's how she
That's-
loves.
that's how-
But how
that's
does
how
she
she-
want to be loved?
Right.
So she might be acts of service.
Oh,
to
I
give
know,
love.
and this thing, but I know for sure because there's some
Get
things.
nervous.
There's some things that I know that I don't always do. Every now and then I do it, but still, she be like, I still appreciate that you do it though, and it's like physical. It's like just like touching and stuff like that. She likes to touch and stuff. I don't got no.
Touch stuff.
I don't.
I don't really want to touch his stuff.
No, I don't got no problem. I don't got no.
Affectionate than he is.
I don't got no problem. But then, like, I'm the kind of person that, like,
He is crazy.
no, I'm the kind of person that, like, all right, like, I'm the kind of person that I get tired of it real quick.
Singing butterflies.
I just get. No,
Don't
I
get
tired.
nervous.
I get tired of it real quick.
Like, you're not hot.
I get hot
yeah,
and I
yeah,
start like
yeah.
getting
So like just
aggravated.
sitting next to him is cool.
Yeah.
But like being all over him after a while he be over it.
Like, say
Yeah.
she'll be all
got a
over me
time
right
limit.
now. Like, huh?
You got a time limit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a time
I
limit.
feel that.
I expire
I feel
after.
that.
I'm like milk. I
That
expire.
is
Like
not
for me,
true.
But
I
if
don't
if a
mind you.
gift, boy, oh boy,
Yeah, keep on giving.
you want to get me in your good graces?
Because how do you handle when she wants when you want the physical touch? She don't
that's
give
not
you
his
a
limit.
time limit.
That's
She
not
don't give
my-
you-
I
I know
mean-
that's not
He
your.
said, but I don't want to be touched.
No, but it's something.
No, I'm just saying. Do you ever?
Say it again.
Do you ever like how she said her love language sometimes is physical touch,
Mm-hmm.
and you saying you're not necessarily like that, but do you ever have them? And it don't have to be nothing like crazy.
R-rated.
R-rated. It don't have to be nothing raunchy. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
But just like do you get affectionate?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't get me wrong. Every now and then I want to go.
what is that?
That's fire. That's fire.
Describe.
That's the only way to
But
describe
it's
it.
that random.
But-
It's never all the time. It's
Okay.
random.
That's fire.
Yeah.
It's like it's just
So
like
now I'll do that, and then it'll be like, all right,
Yeah, all right.
and then I'm going somewhere.
There you
Get off me,
go.
and I'm ready to do
feel
like.
Okay, then he
Yeah.
I feel that.
But I recognize that this is her thing.
Yeah,
So it's like
yeah.
I'll put up with it.
Yeah, that's compromise. That's the
Yeah.
That's what I said. I'm not that bad. Y'all be making it sound like I'm just out here.
Nah, you be making it sound like you out here.
No.
But I think the thing is too, he's sensitive to when I need that, like that type of affection. Like
Yeah.
if I'm having that moment, or he knows that that's what I need, so he'll just like come and hold me or something like that, like things like that. So I think
You be
that's
holding her.
Mind your man.
Mind your man.
Mind your man.
That's
But I
another
think that's
thing.
what makes it important. Even though that's
Yeah.
not his thing, he knows that I need that. So in a sense, that he'll do it then too.
And I do think that's an important thing as well, is because just because you have this as a language, doesn't mean that it's always that. You desire other languages too. You know?
Yeah.
That's your primary love language.
You mean like
Yeah.
Japanese or
Yeah.
something like that?
Ain't no
I didn't-
Japanese
I
in
didn't-
this.
I didn't guess yours.
No, I was
Yeah.
letting them get the you know.
Oh.
But go ahead,
They
you can
rocks
guess.
off.
We know what that boy love language is.
Yeah.
guess. What you
Sorry, Sam. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think that your love language is physical touch.
Go on.
Do tell.
Do tell.
But I also think it's acts of service. And maybe because that's the way I love you. So it could just be projected onto you. You could just be accepting that. That's
Physical touch and acts of service go hand in hand.
oh my God.
And we're gonna talk about it.
Well, if you want to get
If you want to get
if you want to get specific, I
you
mean,
want to, I mean,
But you tell me, am I close?
Yeah, you warm.
Warm.
That's right. Nah, it's I think it's obviously physical touch.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I'll be like a pretzel. You know,
Yeah, okay.
he just tied up.
All right, okay.
That's it.
tied up in you. But yeah.
Tangled and tied
Yep,
up.
tangled.
If he could be one with my skin,
Yep.
I don't even have that much skin.
Like, you know, you sleep. We was just talking about that moo.
Yeah.
I'm in there too.
You in that moo
I'm in there too.
Hey, brother.
You gotta get the big moo.
Yo, you gotta get the big one. Hey,
Big moo.
told you.
Fit both of us.
I told you.
I won't fit for two.
I'm gonna say this: all the guys that feel they girls
Relax.
and moo-moos
Relax.
and they think that's sexy, comment below.
Like and share.
Like and share. Because I
think
know y'all do.
It's
I know y'all do.
this guy. It is physical touch, and I think the other one probably would be words of affirmation. Yeah,
Interesting.
be words of affirmation. Yeah,
I can't wait till we take this test. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
I like to.
It
Yeah,
ain't gonna be fun.
I gotta
to me,
be vocalized because, like, you know,
Alright.
my brain is always just, I'm
Yeah.
all over the place. Like, you got to bring me back.
Tristan Thompson.
You got to bring me back. Yeah, sometimes, yeah. You got to bring me back sometimes. Like sometimes, because like
You was
I'm not
ready.
necessarily, and that's one thing that I think that you aggravates you sometimes about me is like just not knowing like what you're thinking and stuff like that. Like sometimes I just like need stuff to be verbalized. Yeah, I like to be straightforward.
So here's what let's do this.
All right.
Let's take the test.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
Let's take the test.
Oh.
Let's
And we come back and we'll see how right everybody is.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I think
dun
be right
dun
back.
dun.
And we're back. Okay. So we all took the test, and it's interesting to say the least. So let's just go around.
So you want to say what you said first?
Yeah, like
And
what
what it
you
actually
guessed
is.
and what it actually is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for you, I guessed. What did I guess? What did I guess, y'all?
Gifts.
No, I was
said-
joking.
Oh, okay.
But
No.
quality time? Yeah, I said quality time.
And what did you guess? What
For
is
me.
No, what did you guess for yourself?
Oh.
Yeah. What did you guess for
My
yourself?
guess for myself was physical touch and quality time.
Okay.
Okay, so what you get?
I know,
got-
right?
My number one was quality time,
Mm.
but my other one was acts of service.
Mm.
Ooh. So go ahead, read a little description on the.
Oh, you got description?
Well, for
Hold on, I ain't look at that.
I gotta read out loud.
You gotta read the bottom, guys.
I gotta read out loud.
quality time or
Well, it should give like a little synopsis.
Yeah, it
of,
gives it at
well,
the
it
end.
just gave me.
What's that mean?
Well, let me see.
Nah. Synopsis.
Oh, so it's the same thing. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you don't have to read it.
You can read it. Why? Because both of y'all got the same thing
Yeah.
because it's quality time?
Well, I don't know
Yeah.
what he
Well, everybody might not have it, so you can read it.
Yeah.
So for quality time, it says in the vernacular of quality time, nothing says I love you like full undivided attention. Being there for this type of person is critical, but really being there with the TV off, fork and knife down, in all chores and tasks on standby makes your significant other feel truly special and loved. Distractions, postponed dates, or the failure to listen can be extremely hurtful. The love language of quality time also means sharing quality conversation and quality activities.
All right.
And you said it was, you guessed that it was quality time and physical touch.
Mine was quality time. And
So what's your lowest one?
receiving gifts,
Oh, okay.
And what's your second one? So you said quality time and acts of
acts of
service?
service.
Oh, all right.
No, you thought yours was quality time and physical touch.
Yeah, I thought it was
But it's
quality
really quality
time and acts of service.
All right.
Quality time, access.
But I did say acts of service.
You did.
I
You
did.
You did.
I know what I want.
Okay.
I know what I want.
Watch it now.
But I think you just
What'd you
said,
guess for me?
I think you just said quality
Well, my
time.
guess for you was quality time
And physical touch.
and physical touch.
Wrong.
I wanted to say that so bad.
Exactly.
So bad. You wanted to say that so bad.
Nah, she was right. It was but it was quality time as my number one and words of affirmation as number two. But I'm also tied with physical touch at number two. So
you
words
need
of
a lot of love.
affirmation and physical touch is tied. So,
Bilingual.
See, I know you, baby.
so yeah. All right. You know what you're talking about.
I do.
Talk to you later.
I want to talk.
You said for me, you said physical touch and what was the second one?
Acts of
Acts of
service.
You said
service,
acts of
but
service.
you said words of affirmation.
And I said physical touch and words of affirmation. Oh, my thing done locked up. So mine was physical touch 1, words of affirmation 2. It was pretty close.
You know her man.
It was pretty close.
All right.
Yeah, physical touch. Oh Lord.
That's what you said.
I'm about to say, I ain't finna
Yeah, read your
Okay,
paragraph.
so I'll read my paragraph. I'm gonna read real slow.
Do you want
Be
me to read
patient,
it for you?
Yeah, physical touch. This love language isn't all about the bedroom. A person whose primary love language is physical touch is not surprisingly very touchy. Hugs, pats on the back, holding hands, and thoughtful touches on the arm, shoulder, or face. They can all be ways to show excitement, concern, care, and love. Physical presence and accessibility are crucial, while neglect or abuse can be unforgivable and destructive. Physical touch fosters a sense of security and belonging in any relationship.
That's deep.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
That's
funny. 'cause
deep.
I think one time I wrapped my arms around you and was like, oh, this is nice. It was just like mad random. And I was like, what? He's like, this is nice.
Yeah, but it's yeah. That physical touch, yeah, and words of affirmation. Oh, they have two. Does anybody else have words of affirmation? Oh, I'm not gonna do that.
I do.
Yeah, we're not
I'll
gonna
go.
do
I'll
that.
go back to it. I'll go back to it if you
Yeah.
want to.
So what
that.
about
But yeah,
you?
so I was
For
pretty much
Yeah.
correct.
What did you
And
guess?
so what did you guess for me?
I guess for you, what did I say? I gotta look at them. I said acts of service and quality time. That's what I said.
And I said for me it was acts of service.
And did you say gift giving?
No.
Oh.
No. I
You
didn't.
just said acts of service?
Yeah, I don't think I said two.
Okay.
But my love language is acts of service. And then I tied the second two for words of affirmation and quality time. They tied.
Oh yeah, words of affirmation, quality time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can read mine.
What you got?
It says, can vacuuming the floors really be an expression of love? Absolutely. Anything you do to ease the burden of responsibilities weighing on an acts of service person will speak volumes. The words he or she most want to hear. Let me do that for you. Laziness, broken commitments, and making more work for them tell speakers of this love language their feelings don't matter. Finding ways to serve speaks volumes to the recipient of these acts. That's me. Vacuum that floor, baby.
Hey, yo.
Whoa.
I'm not gonna.
Let me watch you vacuum that floor.
Spicy.
You don't want to do nothing.
That's basically what it sounded like it said, right? Like, that's crazy. But no, that's fine. That's what he said.
Chris and Riz, who wanna? So Chris, what did you?
I go to Rissa first.
All right, what did you guess for
Chris
her?
and
What
Andrea.
did you guess for me? What did you guess for me?
I said acts of service.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what you
that's
said.
what she gives. Yeah.
And I know I know I said physical touch, and I think I said two.
Gift
We
giving.
said 2, but you're really not supposed to say 2 technically.
Just one.
It is.
Well,
one,
either
actually.
way, I was right. It's physical. No, yeah, it's physical touch. But acts of service was like right under it.
Okay.
And then my lowest was receiving gifts.
Yeah, that was my lowest
That
too.
was
That
my
was
lowest too.
Yeah. But physical touch and acts of service were very, very close under each other. But physical touch was the highest for sure. So we had the same thing
Yes, I
written
read
underneath.
All right.
Well, what about
So,
you? what
Rissa,
was-
what'd you say for Chris?
I said, I think I said receiving gifts.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
receiving gifts
Receiving gifts and
Quality time.
and quality
yes,
time.
yep, and quality time.
What you got, Chris?
So what is yours?
Wrong.
Well, you was wrong for yourself too then.
Right.
'Cause I think
No,
you-
I know
so
what I
short.
want. This thing ain't right. I'm right.
What did it? What did that say?
What
What the test say?
What the test say?
It's acts of service.
Acts of
Acts of
service.
service.
And
Yeah,
what's
well,
your
that,
second
that,
one?
that could be along
That
with,
could be it.
with gift
What's your
giving.
second? What was your
Yeah.
second one?
What was right under it?
Quality time.
Wow.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
so you lied. You ain't answering things
I
truthfully.
think I did lie.
Because you was a for sure thing.
You're going off of what
That thing
which one of
tricks you.
those two
That thing
statements
tricks you.
appeal to you the
Yeah,
most
yeah, yeah,
as what
yeah.
you appreciate the most.
Yeah.
So there's acts of service, I guess maybe that feel more like a gift to you, so to speak.
All right, I guess so.
Showed everybody my bad keys. my kids took them off.
Okay, so
I
that
guess-
was
I
that was
just
fun.
like that.
Yeah, that was fun.
interesting.
That was dope.
You know what's crazy though? Like,
Physical touch was 6%.
so not wait. So
So is
after
everybody
you read
gift
the-
giving the lowest?
pretty
I
much.
think so.
We gotta spend some
It was
money,
all pretty
y'all.
much down
We
there.
gotta spend some money.
What money?
No, but you know, you know what's crazy though. You know what's crazy? Because it's like, so I drive. I said that before. So oftentimes, because like me and Sam, our schedules don't match up all the time. So I'm constantly just thinking about ways I could do things for her, and it's just so funny. I was thinking about like, dang, like our lives are busy, so our house kind of got like in shambles and stuff like that. So I'm like, I was like, if I just clean up this, I clean up that, stuff like that. If she come home, like she'll probably just feel that much better. So like when she read the description of acts of service, because when I was thinking about acts of service, I guess I was thinking about gift giving in my head. I guess when I was thinking about service, it was like I was thinking about giving you stuff. I guess, but when you read the description, it lined up with what I was kind of thinking about. Like, and I was like, oh, all right,
You risen on the low?
yeah. But
You risen on the low?
I'm 30 something. I don't risk.
I hate that.
I know,
I see
right?
those things on.
Yeah, but you know what this thing does, yo? I'm sitting there listening to her talking, like, oh dang, like
Yeah.
now you know.
Yeah.
Now you know.
Can't go back.
Yeah, go back.
When she know you can't unknow.
You can't unknow
I'm
it.
like, why we do
I
this?
detached
So we gonna
my
do better.
ears. So I didn't hear
Detach
nothing.
your ears.
Not deep.
I don't hear
I didn't hear nothing.
That's
We gonna
crazy.
do better. We gonna do
So
better.
I have a question, just to kind of reel it back in. With us knowing, having a brief description of the acts, the love languages, do you think that your love language has anything to do with your faith, the way you serve in church, the way you basically present yourself in ministry? Do you think that has anything to do with, and if so, how so?
Definitely.
Yeah, I think so.
I think for me, I'm always looking for different ways to serve, and I may not be as vocal as I want to be, but like I'll be home and I'll talk to Aunt like about some ideas, you know, and always trying to like, even with you, like you ask me stuff, I'm like, yeah, I'll do that, yeah, I'll do that, like always trying to give myself, because one, because it's my love language, but two, because it's what I saw my mom do growing up in church. She gave, like literally gave herself to the church and committed to so much. And so I think for me it's I always look for ways to, like I'm like, babe, I'm done with school. So what can we do? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what else could I do? Like, I could do a little bit more, you know, have that free time. So, yeah, definitely.
I think for me, excuse me, the quality time, I think that shows because I do spend a lot of time with the Lord and at church. And doing church things. So I think that definitely, I never thought of it that way. I think that definitely, that's my love language towards God.
It kind of goes.
Yeah.
What? Anybody else? Real quick?
I guess for me, with like physical touch, I mean,
Be laying hands.
Worship.
but it's like I'm like a feeling type of guy. Like you know, like sometimes like when I don't know,
But where's
things could like, you know, like touch you, like you feel the spirit, you feel all that stuff. It's like
Being in the presence
I'm really
of
like in the
someone
presence.
that
I'm real emotional. Like I love hymns and worship music and all that stuff. You know, I get in my bag where I'm just like laid out and
You like to
crying
be in
and
the
stuff.
presence of God.
Yeah, like so, like I like to, you know,
That's
I'm like
dope.
that. Yeah.
This is dope how your actual acts of service goes into
Your love
the
language.
love
Yeah.
language. I mean, sorry,
Yep.
your love language actually goes into the way you serve God. Because, like, you know, what some of ours is words of affirmation.
Yeah.
We give that to God.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Or we
that's
seek,
dope.
or we seek that.
Or
Yeah.
we seek that.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that is so dope. Yo, that blew my mind a little bit. I'm sorry.
So I do have another question. Anybody else?
I'm
Real
about to
quick?
say, I ain't know.
Well, no, I agree with AJ. Same thing. We both had the same thing. Sorry, I'm mad far.
Say it again.
I'm going to
And
say it
y'all do-
again.
Say it
Y'all do
again.
have physical touch, and y'all both be weak. A lot.
Yeah, a lot.
We do, friend.
Cause she gonna melt tomorrow.
Yeah.
When I go, I go.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
melt with you, sis. Don't worry about
we
it. We gonna melt together.
we always melting, y'all. Don't worry about it. But that makes sense that we're both that same way
Yeah.
for sure. Being in His presence is like a physical touch for
Yes.
Him. So
Yes.
even if we're just worshiping or even just doing praise and worship, it's like it's a presence you're in. So it definitely goes hand. But even like I think Chris mentioned before how I'm a hairdresser. There's times clients come in and that is their place away from everything. So sometimes they'll come in and they're just in a bad space, but me just being there to just comfort them or just to kind of help take them away from where they are, like I'm physically in their area or just like, I'm washing their hair, it's taking them away. So I think it goes into that too for how I can serve other people,
Right.
just helping them to, be in not necessarily be in a different presence, but just kind of fill their presence with comfort.
Right.
If I can give that to them in that way, Because
Right.
like it did say, physical touch isn't necessarily being touchy all the time.
Right.
It's more so in other ways that you can
Right.
give that. So
Right.
that does definitely make sense.
Yeah, but even the words of affirmation.
Yeah.
When you talking about singing, like it's like when I used to sing in praise team, man.
Yeah.
You saying them words,
Yeah.
that
It
thing
gets
hit
to
you like a ton of bricks.
Yeah, we
Get
be
to you.
fighting to get through them songs.
Yeah,
Y'all
yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
Me and Key was just talking the other day. We had a little situation where we were talking about how God can really meet you where you are, right?
Yeah, for
So,
sure.
and this actually kind of puts it in perspective a little bit, but we were talking about, we had a situation, long story short, and the way that God spoke to me very blatantly, honestly, was through, because in my brain I take words of affirmation, obviously the word, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Along with quality time. So he spoke to me via the word, right? Intellectualism is really how I am able to communicate with God, and he communicates through me. I love to read. I love to just take in information. So that was my thing.
Right.
He spoke to me, and literally the same thing, which is obvious. Word affirmation was one of my primary love languages. The same thing that he said to me, he spoke to Kiara through through touch, through presence, and we were just really talking about how if your thing is the same. Message can be given, but if your love language or your primary love language is acts of service or words of affirmation, God will meet you there. And then if yours is physical touch, he'll meet you there and give you the same exact thing.
Right.
So it's just funny how now it kind of just makes sense even more so. Confirmation is that through words of affirmation, knowing that that's the way that I receive my affirmation. I'm not a physical touch person. I'm not like super deep and like I don't be melting. I don't be doing all that melting. But he does. So that's the way that God speaks to her, whereas words of affirmation. So I do have a question, though. Do you think that your lowest score or whatever your lowest thing is reflective of something that you need to work on?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yes.
Do tell.
No.
No.
Mind your business.
Not really.
Mine is.
I'm talking about with God, not in
Yeah.
your personal marriage. I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
nah. I was ready to talk about it, but you said God, nah.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Get a little deep.
No, mine is.
Yeah.
I'm not ashamed.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to talk about it. My
Yo.
lowest score was it receiving gifts or gift giving?
I don't remember.
I think it's
It might have been gift giving.
Yeah, it
Gift
was.
giving.
gift.
You know,
Or no, it was
No,
receiving.
receiving gifts.
It was
Receiving
receiving.
Yeah,
gifts.
same,
gift
yeah.
giving.
Yeah,
That's
same
what it
thing.
was.
That
Because
your
I
lowest.
said I thought
Yeah, that
your
was my
first
lowest.
was
Yeah.
receiving.
Because my lowest was receiving too.
So does that have any
Receiving gifts.
does that have any reflection on, is that reflective of something that you need to work on? Being that that's your, because God shows us all love languages,
Right.
Which we
Right.
discussed and touching, but
I'm just trying to figure out how can I connect that? Like, how does me receiving gifts has anything?
or just gift giving, the practice
because your love language is receiving gifts. I would think that it's like you giving gifts to God, right?
That's what that means.
Yeah. Because like it would be like giving him words of affirmation, like giving him,
right?
yeah,
If that was your lowest thing,
yeah.
Well, that is my lowest thing. I don't.
gift giving.
But what will?
It may not be. I was actually.
So I know for
no,
me,
it is my lowest thing
Oh.
on the
No,
thing.
But do you
So-
feel that it's reflective of your walk? That gift giving is something that you struggle to do with God.
Like giving God gifts.
Yeah.
so
How
a
do you
gift.
gift
Okay,
God?
all right. So I'll say for me.
No, I want to understand.
I'll let you. All right. So for me, right, like giving gifts. For me, giving gifts to God would be like tithes, my gifts, which is art, music, stuff like that.
Oh, okay. When you explain it like that, then
Yeah. So
no,
those
that's
are the
not
gifts.
my lowest.
Yeah.
Not that has nothing
I
to
was
do with it.
One.
A praise.
That
Yeah.
has nothing to do with
Yeah.
it because
Yeah.
I sing
Yeah.
and that's a gift that I return back to
Yeah.
God. I tithe.
I just was asking. I don't.
No. I know.
You guys
Yeah.
said the top one was definitely reflective, so I just want to know if maybe the
No,
bottom one.
I
was
don't think
reflective.
the bottom one is reflective. to
Anybody
me.
else?
Mine is.
Gift giving.
I need to give more financially, and I think I can offer him more of my gift. Talents that he gave me, I can do more.
Okay.
So I do think that it is reflective.
You talking about through God?
Yeah. Whatever your lowest score was. What was your lowest score, Chris?
Physical, man.
Physical. Oh yeah. You got to get in the
You
presence.
got
man.
got stretch.
But
You
that
got
makes-
stretch.
But that makes
You got stretch. You got stretch.
that
you
makes sense.
did.
But
You got
that
stretch.
makes sense though.
It does.
Because Chris, whenever, how do you explain it? When it get too hot in the sanctuary.
You walk clean out that
man,
church.
That man flee.
Nah, I be finding stuff to do. The mixing board. So I be like,
All of a sudden he mad focused.
Be back there oiling the circuit board.
Yo, give me that baby right quick. Let me go change it.
Back there washing the white walls in the back.
Right.
Anything.
But that makes sense though.
no, I ain't, man, I don't want.
Don't say no.
Y'all look like y'all be hurting. Nah, I seen that. I said,
I don't want none of that.
no, I don't want none
Hey,
of that.
listen, when you hold that thing in,
It hurts.
It hurts though.
it's like fire.
Uh-oh.
in my
Watch
bowl.
it. Watch it.
You see how I be?
I know. That's why I
I be
want
holding that thing. I be looking like the spirit stabilizer. What's that? The girl, Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory.
Oh
She
my
ate that,
God.
that blueberry
Yeah,
thing.
blueberry.
it.
That'd be me.
like, y'all look like y'all. It be hurting. And he's like, it burn. And I was
I
like,
don't want none of that.
I don't want none of that, brother. I mean, like now,
Spiritual acid
the Lord
reflux.
come down,
Yeah.
and I start, do a little bawling, a little crying, or whatever like that.
But
I'm down for that.
But I think
But
that
you gotta be open to
You
it.
gotta get some
Yeah.
dreads so you can put over your eyes.
I be open to it, but then like
Hey,
I be open to it, but then I feel like if somebody say something,
You gotta
I'm gonna have to snuff that.
you gotta get it off.
like you don't lost your G
hey,
card or
you know,
something.
you know,
You gotta get it off. You gotta get it
Somebody
off.
gonna say
Somebody
Somebody
gonna
gonna get snuffed.
You want to just be
'Cause you
in
dish
your
it out.
glory
You dish it out too.
to yourself and just be like, yes, Chris was in his glory. Let's leave it alone and keep moving.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about it.
Yeah.
That's what you
That's
want.
what
That's
you
not
want.
how to.
Because he don't like.
No,
he
that's
don't
what I'm saying.
like.
That's what you want.
Yeah.
I don't want you to bring it up.
But you
Right.
you one of the
I want
top
you to just go
talkers.
home.
Say,
but
you
think about
sow what
yourself.
you reap, brother.
Exactly. You one of the top talkers.
So what y'all reaping for? Why y'all talking about my mess?
Talk about our mess
But
all
that's
the
the
time.
thing where you don't like all that attention.
Right. It's
Yeah,
attention.
see,
So
I-
that's
I
why
don't
he
like-
don't want to.
Yeah.
He'll feel like the whole world's looking at him,
Yeah.
like from every
Because
angle.
what y'all do that
So he gonna
Friday?
run.
And he said Andrew.
Yeah, we right there. I
That
pointed to
man.
you.
I didn't even know all y'all knew my middle name.
Well, now the world know.
What
Now
about
the world know.
Rissa and Sam? Is
So mine was physical touch, and I think to the point of, I think you mentioned physical touch being like in his presence, and I wouldn't say in that regard that is reflective of my faith and my relationship with God, but maybe it could be with allowing him, like how Pastor says, stop, listen. Allowing him to touch me, you know what I'm saying? Like allowing his presence to come in and just like sitting and waiting for him to talk to me, maybe. Because I think I don't do a good job at that.
do you think that's
At
sometimes
what? I'm sorry.
letting
Praying and just listening.
Right.
Like,
That's me too.
you know what I'm saying? And just letting him talk to me. It's more so like I just got to talk.
Do you think that maybe because of your love language being acts of service and you're always ready to work, sometimes, we just talked about in the pod about decluttering, sometimes maybe you're you are working for God, but sometimes you're working so much, like Chris just said, when it get hot, he start doing stuff. So maybe sometimes you're doing a lot and you're not allowing the space to be, you know what I'm saying, to for God to be able to touch you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because sometimes I do it not in the spirit of comparison, but sometimes I will see like, some of my friends, whatever, worshiping or feeling something so instant, and I wonder why I don't feel it so intensive, whatever. And so that could be also a thing too. Like something is missing to where I'm not feeling it as strong. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Risk.
I know for me, it says the lowest thing was receiving gifts, and I'm not sure if that's really reflective of my relationship or the love language with God or whatever. If it's about how much I give to God, I mean, I know it's a thing where lately that's been my focus, like how I said, some episodes ago, how I really make sure every moment I have where I can talk to him or just be in his presence, whether it's through music or just through silence, I've been making sure I dedicate my time to that. I know as far as like maybe tithing or giving in other ways, that has been a challenge for me. Not that I don't want to, but because of certain financial challenges. But I think also that is something to work on, because we also trust that God will always make a way, no matter the sacrifice that we have to make. And I think it's just trusting that, well, one, no sacrifice is too small. If it's coming from your heart and you mean to give what you have, you know, still believe that He'll provide the rest. And I know for me, there are moments when that can be difficult. So maybe in that aspect, it may reflect. But it's something I'm constantly, because I do trust Him. But, you know, we all have those moments where it's like, I feel like I have nothing. So you get nervous and you don't want to, but you let your flesh take control at that moment. But I can say that is a thing that I'm working on, but I find myself doing less of that. And I find myself giving more, even when I know for sure I needed that, whatever I just gave. But I'm learning to continue to stick with the fact that He's going to make a way regardless. So I think maybe in that way it reflects more than anything.
Yeah, I think in doing this, and just real quick, I was just going to say, I think to your point with learning, with doing this podcast, I feel like I'm learning more and more about myself and my relationship with God, and even my relationship with like you guys constantly. And I'm more aware of the things that I need to work on every day, just from us doing this podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
It definitely.
He went already.
He went.
My lowest one was receiving gifts, and I think that just like this, with me, you know, being a provider and things of that nature, I'm real frugal. So I know, okay, if this tithe is $80, that's half of a bill I could be paying. Or something.
You start that calculating.
You know what I'm saying? I start calculating.
For
so
sure.
specifically, right now, I'm that person in the Bible where God was telling the children of Israel, test Him. That's me right now.
Yeah, for sure.
And right now, He's proving faithful. But I do know that the real test is going to become when I got to wait for the blessing. But right now, He is showing that, yo, if you trust me in your finances, I'll be Jehovah Jireh.
Wait, I thought you said I'll beat you up. I thought you were going to say I'll beat you up. I was about to say, what?
But
You articulate that very well. 'Cause that's kind of what I meant. I was like, I don't be giving.
oh yeah,
That's funny.
so
That's the reason why.
yeah, so I'm definitely trusting Him. Just like you, trusting Him in my finances, because I don't know about you, but specifically as a man, you know, you want to make sure that you're able to take care of your family. And sometimes that tithe, and you get that, you know, 'cause I don't work conventionally, so when I get money, sometimes it be a lot. And when that tithe come, you be like, oh, that's 10% of that.
Yeah, man.
Lord have mercy.
Oh Lord, he's got.
That's a bill. I could, you know, so.
You know, that's the crazy part. Like when you know, like
God
say
need afterpay.
right, say that.
Oh my God! Are you crazy? Are you crazy?
That's funny.
God need
That's
afterpay.
That's
You'll
funny.
get it every 2 weeks.
Yes, I swear.
I promise.
Where you get it every week?
You bring that bad boy up.
But no, some people do that. They'll calculate their monthly
Their
expenses.
monthly,
Oh, well, that-
their, like
yeah.
salary or something like that.
That's
they'll break
funny.
it down.
Sure.
Put the Lord on
That's funny.
afterpay. Lord, I want to do it, but I can't do it all at once.
You want to get into what you think God's love
Russell was
language
saying
is?
something.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
God's
Richard,
love.
No, all I was
Y'all
gonna
start
say
laughing, so I
to piggy, because it is one. To piggyback off of what you said, you know, there are those times when we have like a really good week or something like that, and we get amount. See, it's in that moment when that's the, you know, I'm quick to, that's the first thing I take out.
Yeah.
But I'm learning, and really God's working on me, because I really want to be this, you know, be this trusting, that when the money isn't right, and it's that low, and you're the most nervous about giving this money, do you still trust Him?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So
And that tithe is the difference between a bill getting paid or not getting paid.
right.
Right.
Sometimes it's groceries. Like even for me, like I have a business, I have to buy products, stuff like that.
Right.
Sometimes it takes money away from that,
Yep.
and I gotta take away from a service that I do because I can't can't make the money fast enough to keep up with, you know,
Right.
because
Yeah.
things happen like that.
Right.
Like
I didn't
even
think about you have to get
even
product.
today, I had so many people cancel today, and that was like a good chunk of my salary that I needed just so I could pay my rent
Right.
from my house.
Right.
And I remember in that moment, I was looking at my weekend, I was like, dang, I'm gonna have to call my landlord and figure something out. But I was like, you know what, God, you'll figure it out. You'll help me. I know it'll work out. Literally, the last person I had today, I was telling Chris, we were just talking, and we always talk, and they was, you know, and I was just telling like, yeah, a lot of people canceled today. You my last one, whatever. But I said, I wish they wouldn't do it on rent week, but you know, it's all right. The Lord will provide. And she would just listen. And then at the end of the service, she went to pay with her card, and then she tipped. And I used it from my phone. She handed my phone back. She said, so this is for the people you missed today. Now, at first I didn't look at it. I just grabbed my phone. This woman tipped me $200 on top of her service. Mind you, her service was nowhere near that.
Well, what she do for a living? Where she at?
I'm trying to find out. But she has a good job. She's in business for herself, but she's like, well, no, like you work really hard, so I wanted to be able to bless you because you know you always look out for me.
Right.
But you just never know
That's
in
why
the
I said
minute
acts of service.
in that moment of just trusting him,
I was
like
gonna
you know
say,
you have no
trusting.
idea
Yeah.
where anything is gonna come from.
Absolutely.
But God knows. So he knows when you need that. And literally just that alone helped cover everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where I would pay my rent and I'm not completely broke. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
So
right.
I can still get stuff from my business and from
Yeah.
my house and all of that. So
Love that.
yeah.
So to that, I do want to get into what God's love language is, right? So as I was researching this, a lot of people were saying, or a lot of articles, I should say, were saying that God's love language is obedience.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that we do a lot of things and God talks about this in the Bible, specifically the children of Israel, but how we do a lot of things to try to please Him,
Yep.
right? We try to do the acts of service, we try to do this, that, and so forth, but He's just asking for obedience.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of people miss that mark.
Yeah.
You know, we were talking on a pod about, you know, many things, training up our children, how other religions are more devout than us. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I know we just touched on a few things. What do you think is the hardest part about being blindly obedient? Right? So you don't always know, like we just said, you don't always know God is going to work this out for me, right? And specifically in that amount of time. A lot of times you try to put God in the time constraint. So what are some of the struggles that you have with being, having blind faith, essentially? Blind obedience?
I'll go first. Not knowing
Mhm.
is a big thing for me. I've said on pods before that patience
Mhm.
and is a big thing of mine. So me not knowing when or how
How is big for me?
is a big thing because I want to be obedient, Lord, but logically, like how this gonna work out? Like you know, so that's for me.
What? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, well, what I was saying is funny that you use the word blind,
Mm-hmm.
because I think what it could be is what you see versus what you don't see.
Right.
Like you can't see God physically,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like knowing that this person that you or entity or whatever that you can't see is going to do this for you, and you have to have blind obedience for it. When you have all this stuff on earth that you can see, and you see the fruits and all that stuff that's
Right.
happening, so it's just like giving your trust to somebody that you can't see. I think that's a big hurdle that you could get over.
That's hard for you specifically, or just
Um,
something you was thinking about?
Something I was thinking about.
Okay.
I'll
It's
have to
that
think on it. You just
control.
asked me, so I was just,
Like
I don't know.
blindly giving someone else control and you don't you have no control over it.
Yeah,
My-
for me, I don't know.
My thing that's hard for me, because you said how. Another thing that's hard for me is it's the both. It's what both you just said. Sometimes, say you're praying for something, somebody else who God will tell you, "Hey, this is what you're gonna do," right? He don't tell you why. He don't tell you how. He don't tell you none of that. This is what you're gonna do, and you'll get what you need at the end.
Right.
For example, let's just say I need money, right? God says, "Trust me," right? Someone else who has access to everything that we have access to, they'll just go get a job. God will say, "Yo, I want you to," because God says crazy things sometimes. I want you to just walk in front of the church every day or something like that. Something crazy that doesn't make sense. You need money. Hey, this is what you're gonna do. Someone else who doesn't have any belief in God, hey, I'm picking up a second job. And that's, of course, the way the devil works. That's when you see them flexing. They got a new car. They got clothes and everything like that. You're trusting God. Months go on. Months go on. You don't know that at the end, you walking down the street, someone is looking for whatever you have, whatever service you're providing for them, and makes up for all that time lost. That period of time from when God tells you what to do to the blessing, while everybody else just has access to these natural things that they can just do, that's my hardest part. Because God don't ever say nothing that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think it was, we talked about it before, it's the waiting season.
Yeah.
You know, learning how to wait. For me, I figure it out type of person.
Right. Same.
For
I'll
sure.
just
Same.
take care of it, you know, and
Same.
just learning how to just literally give it to God and say, God, I trust you wholeheartedly. I know you're going to do it. Just do it. Do it, Lord. You know? So, yeah, waiting is definitely, you said hard, right? Like, why is it, like, why is the obedience? Because when you don't, obviously when you're not waiting, you're not trusting God. And to trusting God, you have to be obedient, right? Because the Bible says, well, he says in the Bible, like, trust me, right? So when you don't listen, obviously being disobedient.
Right.
So to me, it's well, I need it done now, so
Right.
I'm gonna figure it out.
Right.
You know?
And sometimes it's
Right.
the frustration of things, too.
Yes. Yes.
Some-
yes.
As I'm reading in my personal life, too, God is very precise.
He
Right?
is. He is.
God told Moses the first time, strike the rock, right? He told him strike the rock for the water, I believe, right? The second time, he said speak to the rock. But Moses was so frustrated that he struck the rock. You have to be obedient,
Right.
because he was upset and he struck the rock instead of speaking to the rock. Now he doesn't get the promise. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm learning right now. If God says to do a specific thing, don't deviate. Don't try to use your brain to help him.
Right.
What he
Boy,
says
oh
do.
boy, let me tell you, I be
just
thinking
do
I'm
it.
smart
You do.
when it comes to God. I be
Oftentimes,
swearing I'm
Like
smart.
you did like you did at work. You know, you didn't know. You told God, I need to figure out, these people called out. I need to figure out a way so I could get my things taken care of.
Yeah.
I'm going to trust you. That was a blind obedience.
Yeah.
He told you to trust me, and then you trusted him,
Yep.
and then he provided a way. You didn't know it was going to come right then and there.
Right.
You didn't even know if it was going to come next week. You didn't even know if you had to make the arrangements. You could have made the arrangements with the landlord, everything, and the landlord, a part of you trusting him, the landlord could have said, you know what, okay, we'll wait. When you get it, you got it, or whatever.
Right,
'Cause
right.
it's up to the landlord, honestly,
Sure
ultimately,
is.
to say yes or no. They could say, no, you need to get it by this time. But, you know, God could have allowed the landlord to say yes.
Yeah.
And then there you go. He said he gives you the time to be able to make the money so you can be able to cover what you have.
Right, for sure.
But it's just all about that blind trust and blind obedience. Trust me, I'm going to work it out.
Yeah. For sure.
You don't like that, Chris?
I don't like it.
It's hard.
None
It's
of us
hard.
do.
It's hard. But what can you do?
Yeah.
That's
Because going against his blood, I mean his will, and
Yeah.
going against what he said,
yeah.
it's only gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Because you're
Yeah.
gonna run into a wall constantly.
And I think we said this before. God is a perfect gentleman.
Yes.
If you want to do something, He's gonna
Yeah.
allow you to
Exactly.
do it, and you're gonna fail, and then you're gonna come back, and now you're gonna need them again.
Exactly.
You're gonna be worse off.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
I'm in the same boat with Sam.
Yeah.
just to
Like,
Figure it out.
That
person.
and staying the course.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's
Staying
hard.
that course.
Yeah.
It's
Because
hard.
like you said, if you were told something, don't deviate. Keep doing that. But it becomes a point. I know me personally, and you can ask her. I dig in stuff too much. And what I mean by that is that like when I hear something, I'll be like, all right, what does this mean? What does that mean? What does that mean?
Yep,
And I
yep.
become like the Da Vinci Code.
Fixated, trying to figure it
And
out.
I try to
Trying to
figure
break
it
it
out.
down. Yep.
But one thing that I did learn, well, it's not that I learned, it's more amplified. It's like amplified, I should say. And that y'all know about my my situation that I got going on. So I say the reason why I bring this up is because this is almost like a callback, but like a callback, like a reverse in Uno. Because it's like, what if he doesn't say nothing? Like, what if you be doing what you got to do or whatever, talking to God? What if you don't say nothing? And what if you don't get blessed as far as what you're looking for?
What you're looking for, yeah.
What you're looking for, what you're going to do.
But I think that's another part of obedience too. Is
But in my head, I had like when I seen it, like the first thing that came, because I'm starting to try to like understand my head more like spiritually, and I'm kind of thinking that it's like your first thought is that's God right there telling you right there. That second thought, that's you in your head.
okay.
So first things first, like when I seen it, it was like I said before in the other podcast, it felt like a slap in the face because I've been doing what I've been doing, but then I was like, right after that, it was like, do you still trust me though?
For
So
sure.
it was like in my head, like, you know, because I'm not the kind of person that'd be like, oh, Father, in the name of we come. I'm not that person. So
Yeah.
I'm like, what's up with this? Like this, you said this, and I'm out here believing, and you got me looking stupid. No, it do.
But that's the
That's a
natural
valid-
reaction.
It's
Yeah.
stupid. I mean, it got me looking stupid, but then at the same time, it gets like a strong, like a hold on it,
Yeah.
because not only are you dealing with that, you have to deal with other people that are not in that walk with you, and they don't really understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
like, I can't just
That's
like,
valid.
I can't go
Yeah.
up to
That's
like
valid.
I just can't go up to
Certain
like,
people
Just to
and
anybody.
certain
explain
people
your
and be
obedience.
like, yeah, man, I'm just waiting on
I'm just
God.
waiting on God.
Like,
Yeah,
'cause
I'm
ain't
having
nobody-
faith, yeah.
Ain't nobody, like the average person, they're gonna be like,
Keep waiting.
you
Keep waiting.
Even Christians.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah,
some.
for sure.
Even
Yeah.
some
For
Christians.
sure.
Yeah, so
For sure.
sometimes I'd be like, you know what, I got it, I can do it.
But I feel
But
like
that point, to that point, I would use to reference that is Abraham, right? He in the Bible, God told him, "Yo, you're gonna have all these children." Blah 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 blah
Yep,
blah
yep,
blah
yep,
blah.
yep.
Is that the one that was with Sarah?
His wife laughed. His wife laughed and said, "Yo,
Yeah.
no, you're gonna have a baby with our servant."
yeah.
It's the same thing. You go to different people and bring them your promises. You bring them your obedience. Like I said, the same people. I'll tell people, "Hey, I'm waiting on God for this. Hey, you need to go do this.
Right.
Yeah.
You need. You know what I'm saying?" And
Yeah.
they put your blessing or your promise at risk.
Right.
Same thing with Moses. All them people complaining to him, his leaders complaining to him. They put his promise at risk.
Sometimes you just got to be quiet.
That's true.
And
Uh-oh.
you got to be quiet. We said that.
Uh-oh.
But also too, you cannot let the frustration
Yeah.
of your obedience deter you
You're right.
from the way God wants to bless you. See, a lot of times when we are being obedient to God or we're trusting God, we have our stipulations on how we want God to bless us.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
And
true.
so we are like, oh God, I need money. Okay. And we want God to send us $1 million. But he said, no, I can give you a way to make the money so you can do whatever you need to do.
Right.
Like, and that may be the way he wanted to bless us. Now, if he wanted to bless us with $1 million, Lord, I'm here.
Well, I'm here
No,
for
I
it.
ain't gonna
like-
turn it down.
I'm here for
but
it.
I'm here for it. But I
Yeah.
think that's why we always end up into that. I'm gonna figure it out
Yeah.
because I'm frustrated because I'm blind. I can't see. I'm trying to be obedient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make sure, God, do you even hear me? Do you even understand what I'm
I
dealing
wrote a
with
whole
and all of that
song
stuff like
on
that? So I'm just I need you to do it. Oh, you're not doing it fast enough? Okay, well, my frustration is going to allow me to step out of the way that you guided me to say, do this, because he gives specific instruction.
Yeah.
And he's very descriptive at what he wants you to do. But our frustration always deter us from that path and causes us to be like, all right, God, now I know I should have waited and waited for you. And now
Yeah,
we
you ever
missing
do that
out.
and you be sitting there looking stupid.
Or you don't get, or you
dumb.
don't, you make it happen. And he said, all right, you figured it out. I'm going to bless that. But you could have had this.
Right.
Yeah.
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 That's
Yeah.
real.
That'll
Yeah.
happen too.
That's real.
Finish that thing.
Right. Yeah. I was sitting there saying the same thing. Like, let it land.
Right. That's a real thing. You seeing what you could have had.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's Moses had to go to that mountain and see the promised land.
Oh,
He ain't die.
No.
They brought him all the way.
Yeah.
God brought him all the way to the top of that mountain.
Yeah.
So that's where you could have been if you would have been obedient.
My
You know, also
God.
it's like the trust. Like we keep saying, trust is a big factor. Like a lot
Yeah.
of times, like it takes a lot of sacrifice, and also like God to tell you something, like you said, that don't make no sense, and stuff that you think that it's like, yo, God, like you're telling me to do this, but I don't know if it's really you telling me this or like you telling me it might be wrong. Like you can't be telling me to do
Yeah,
this.
that's
Yeah.
another
It's like
thing.
was it
Right.
Abraham or when he told him to go to the top of the mountain and sacrifice his son?
No, that was Cain and Abel.
No,
No. That was
No, not Cain.
What was it?
No, Isaac. No, not.
But then he
was
had,
it-
but then while he was going up there, you know, he saw the
Yeah.
ram in the bush,
Yeah, mhm.
like something like that too. It's like, dang, like God, you told me to go sacrifice, but this is my son, like
Right.
this is my only son right here.
Yeah.
Like you can't be telling me to do this
Right.
right here. So it's like, how can I trust you if you're telling me, yeah, but
But
nah,
speaking
just
of
go
him, he
do
had
it.
that blind faith. He
Yeah,
went up there.
yeah, but
He
I'ma
said,
just
"Yo,
go."
Me going up there, I know God gonna provide.
Exactly.
something for me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and we don't. Christians don't read their Bible.
yeah.
Yeah,
The examples is there
exactly.
of
Yeah,
what we
yeah.
should do
Yeah.
and what we should not do. And is plain as day. The people that didn't listen to instructions, what happened to them? People that did listen to instructions, what happened to them?
Lot wife.
Yeah.
So for that, where was that at?
Pillar of salt.
Who were those people? Cause I'm trying to remember.
With the ram in the bush.
Yeah, like when he said he took him to the mountain to.
I'm
I
trying
wanna
to
say
remember
it's-
that.
I thought it was Cain and Abel.
No,
No,
it's not.
no,
It's not
no,
Cain and
that's
Abel. It's
a
not Cain and
different
Abel. It was
story.
Abraham, right? It was Abraham, right? Yeah. See, I thought it was.
Abraham.
All right, so
It
it's
was
It was Abraham, right? Yeah.
Abraham.
Yeah. I thought it was Abraham.
I said Abraham.
Only reason why I got it confused, I always get it confused, but the only reason why I remember is because my godson, his dad's name is Isaac, his brother's name is Abraham,
I do not know what Abraham.
his sister's name is Sarah,
Are you serious?
yes,
Yeah,
wild.
that's older names.
and the other one is Rebecca.
Wow.
It's not that blind
They
faith.
read that story.
Tell
Yeah,
me to
exactly.
go
They read
sacrifice
that
my
That's
son.
why,
I'm like, Lord.
they're Spanish, but they go to church though. They know that Bible though.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's how I remember it because
Okay.
them.
That's funny. So yeah, I just wanted to have a little fun with God's love language.
That
It was
great.
really
We
good.
learned a little bit about ourselves.
Yeah, I'm trash.
I need a little work.
Lord. Okay.
Nah, but yeah, that is good. I think it is very important for you to do some self-reflection.
Absolutely.
I think this exercise that we did could help us out in our marriages, but also help us out being closer to God. You know, acknowledging what your love language is. You know, how He shows love to you, how you show love to Him, what you're lacking, and all that stuff. So I think that helped, you know, everybody out. Hopefully you guys, we just looked up what website. We just looked up love
The
languages.
link will be in the description.
We could put the link in
we'll
the
put the link
description.
in
You can take the
I
test
think
for
that'll be a
yourself.
good, that'll be a good exercise for
See
you
what
guys.
you are.
And
And
research-
comment what you are.
Yeah.
research for you guys.
Let's have some dialogue. And
I wanted
wanna
to share something that I found when we were doing our research. It says the rewards for obedience are clear. You'll be blessed wherever you go. Your children will be blessed. God will protect you. He will grant you abundant prosperity. Everything you set your hand on will be successful. The Lord will help you to stand out. So be obedient.
What was that?
So be obedient.
Oh, that was. No, I'm saying, where did you read that from?
Research.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't a scripture.
No, it was the scripture. Where was it from?
My research.
Yeah,
Oh,
she
she researched.
researched.
Yes.
Yes, she said that.
Hey, she said it's not a scripture. Oh. All right. Well, I guess that's a wrap. So I'll see you guys next week.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. Bye, y'all.